are 3-0 down. They're 3-0 down already. Like, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Guys, let's get into this game. Let's introduce our player who is the final hope right now for ESC ICY. In the lower left-hand corner, we have the pink Zerg player. It's Milk Dealer. His opponent, sitting in the upper right-hand corner, very close to his all-kill. It's Skillforge's Art. What a streak Skillforge are on. I mean, 3-1 right now, 3-2 in the league. They lost to they beat MYI, they beat Follows Extermination, they lost to Vega Squadron and Carnage. If they could win tonight though, they're still going to be right up there in the running for playoff positions. So yeah, very exciting times as we jump back into the game screen. So how is everyone doing in the chat? Nice to see, we've got a couple of guys talking. How is everyone else doing? Who are you guys supporting out there? And here, I see the ESC guys have gone very, very quiet. I don't blame you guys, really. Is there really no Skillforge fans in here? Because usually the Polish fans are always around. So guys, if you're Polish, do let us know. Come on, you know, there's nearly always Polish fans around. That's something I've always found when I casted Skillforge in the past. So a little bit weird to see you guys missing, but okay. So we are waiting to get into this game, guys. We're just waiting for stuff to really start happening. I mean, PvZ again, it does usually take a little while to get going. Pool first here for Milk Dealer. And we do have a hatchery coming down as well on the natural. So yeah, good stuff. Probe coming across the map. He's going to do a little bit of scouting here, seeing what is up. This probe's going to come in towards the main base and move around a little bit and see what's happening and whatever else. So yeah, he's going to do that. And Art is going to head off in a different direction now with his probe. I would love to go to Switzerland. Apparently it's really beautiful. I would love to go to Switzerland. It's definitely on my list of places to go. Maybe I should con Penguin into letting me go to the MYI house. That'd be fun. So yeah, we've got an Overlord up. Above the natural, which is now coming down. This isn't the most entertaining of isn't much to really say. Like I don't have much to say to you guys at all. I'm sorry, it's a little bit slow of the game. Honestly, out of all of my out of all of the matchups, I hate the opening of PvZ the most, because it's like, it's just so, like, out of everything, it's just so repetitive, like, and it's not like anything ever really happens. Like, it's just the same old, and compared to like TVZ, it's repetitive, but you get to see the Reapers doing some stuff and so on. So we got a Zealot and Mothership Core coming across the map. We do actually have, we're 6 minutes in the game, but this Zealot and Mothership Core coming across. A late fit hatchery from Milk Dealer, not too much of a surprise. It was a fairly late natural from Art. So he's just playing this nice and safely. Rotron's actually already up here. Is he going to all in or something? Is he going to make like a ton of... he's only got 3 roaches on the way. I guess he just wants to get rid of this initial aggression from his opponent. Some free warp gates coming in right now. A robot facility coming up behind this. So it's actually going to be a little bit of aggression from Art, but he's going to come over here, see no third base, so... Okay, he is going to see a third base, we're going to see it just started, and he's immediately going to be like, well, that's intriguing. So these roaches are actually going to come in and try and save this. The drone's going to survive, so that's not too much of an issue. There's a recall available to keep the Zealots alive, and everything will just disengage from each other here. So drone should go back and remake that third, and that's exactly what he's going to do here straight away. So yeah, drone goes down here, makes that third hatchery, And we're getting set up into the mid game, and Warp Prism on the way here straight away from Arch, so that's quite interesting. Whether this is going to be a sentry drop or whether he's just going to try and use this to harass while building up into some Immortals or something. A lot of different possibilities here from him, so we'll keep our eyes open. I mean, Warp Prism worked out very well for him in the last game. Of course, that was a PvT though, it's a completely different kettle of fish. There's Immortals on the way very quickly though, so this could be building up towards some form of Immortal all-in. A lair on the way right now for Milk Dealer. So he's got a lair on the way, he's got an extractor coming up as well. And yeah, not too much happening still. These roaches are actually going to go in and fight against these zealots. These zealots are actually going to, okay, get recalled out. I think he loses one of them. Ooh, poor zealot, he screamed until he died. Hey, we got someone cheering for Skillforge. Oh, I can't say your name. Where Ruria? Ruria? Oh, I've murdered it, I apologise. Roach is coming across the map here for Milk Dealer, maybe looking to do a bit of damage as three zealots are going to hit his main base. So straight away, this Warp Prism going to start doing some damage. He's going to try and assassinate the Queen, and he gets the drop, but does he get the block? Yes, he does. And the Queen is assassinated. As well as a drone which just popped out, I think. So, nice little position on these zealots. He kind of needs roaches to deal with. It's another zealot warping in. The roaches are going to have to come back from across the map. It's going to take them a while to get here. Third Immortal on the way, so this Immortal Sentry all in is building up. The extra gateways are on the way down in the main base, so it's all building up right now. As we still have these zealots just chilling, doing whatever damage they can do. Milk Dealer hasn't really overdrone, so he should have plenty of units for this, but, I mean... He should have plenty. I feel as though he should be okay, as long as he sees it coming. He's got lings on the towers, so... He should. Yeah, Zealot's dropping off once again here. Warp Prism going to actually lose one of them this time. The Warp Prism, I mean, if he could kill the Warp Prism, that'd be huge, because the Warp Prism is so vital for being able to, you know, to stay in the game, basically, to be able to warp in more units. And the Warp Prism taking a lot of damage. He will just escape now and group up with this army. Zerglin will spot this army coming across. So straight away here, I mean, it is known to Milk Dealer that this army is coming. 5 Overlords on the way. It's not the best of times to be supply blocked, though. Not the best of times. Oh, he's actually going to come off creep, in fact, to try and deal with this. He's going to think about taking the pylon, but he sees the army already here. Roaches are going to kill off this pylon and the probe. And the probe. And the probe. Maybe no, he's just going to get both the pylons then. So the probe does survive. Forces his opponent back quite nicely here initially. I mean, of course, the Warp Prism is still here, but it's nice if you don't have to use the Warp Prism to warp in, so you can just use it for controlling the Immortals, keeping them safe, keeping them alive. Struggling for lava right now, it would seem, for Milk Dealer. He's got a lot of money he's struggling to spend. Ooh, nice initial force fields. Catches a few roaches there. 22 more lings on the way. 4 force fields used for a few roaches, so... You know, it's an okay start. Lings are looking to counterattack, and there is a complete wall off, but it will force some warp-ins at home. Which would be pretty nice, but he's actually given a complete position on his third base right now. These lings do hit at this front wall, so Sentry's being warped in straight away here, and Gateway is taking a lot of damage. Pylon as well. I'm intrigued as to where he's actually going to pop the force fields. He's popped one now on that first pylon. The Immortals and Sentries and everything else are starting to come in here. More lings hitting this front door. Pylon does actually go down. This third base is going to fall though, because the force fields are pretty much perfect, blocking this army out of coming in to defend. These roaches are still lasting a long time. I'm not sure. I think it's Zerglins here which is causing the hold up on the DPS. Nice force fields, trapping a lot of roaches now. And these roaches are going to start falling. But a big run by now is in the main base. He's actually broken through the wall. No further force fields. The gateways do survive, but damage being done in this main. But it looks as though the unit's getting cleaned up. Nelly gets the third base. Third hatchery Nelly does full. Milk Dealer's just got so much money, which he can't even spend right now. And without being able to spend it, I mean, it's a troublesome time. He's coming forward with his roaches once again. One Immortal has been... Oh, no, there hasn't been. There's still 3 Immortals here. Ah, this is kind of painful. He's going to lose the third hatchery. Lings are still in the main base, but they're not really doing that much. Well, I guess they're denying mining there a little bit. But, I mean, he loses his third hatchery, so... This is not looking good right now for Milk Dealer, who's going to immediately try and come out and put another hatchery down. He needed a macro hatchery or something just to be able to get some more lava to spend his money, because then he might have been able to do something with this. As it stands, not so much. And he's sitting so far behind in supply, 1,500 minerals, which he just cannot spend right now. And, well, I mean, what do you do? You literally don't have the units to kill this army. I don't think there's anything you can do. A Stalker comes in for Art, warping that in there, and I mean, he's even pulling drones. He's just going to go for it with everything, and he gets probably the best surround he could to try and fight this. The unit's trying to retreat, and he puts the force fields down, the drones are going to be massacred. The roaches can't get through. And sadly, I believe we're watching the beginning of... Well, I say the beginning of the end. It's probably kind of the late chapters now. ESC, not a good day for them. They're going to get all killed. I say that the sentries are beginning to fall, so the Immortals are actually going to start going down here. He's lost a lot of drones to be able to do this. Some more sentries come in. So he's keeping the dream alive. He's continuing to make this happen. He's investing in Burrow, hoping there's not going to be an observer, but, you know, there is an observer. His Fed base on the way back up, only 27 drones, so that's going to be the big problem, being able to keep on producing. As he does come in, he's going to get one of the Immortals here. So one Immortal going to fall. Some Roaches are trapped by them force fields once again. Queen's falling, Roaches falling though, and the Protoss push just keeps on coming. Some more force fields coming down, and every set of force fields just seems to have been absolutely perfect so far. GG, well played, and ladies, gentlemen, Art takes the 4th game. He takes the all kill. And I have to say, Skillforge, you know, they didn't look good at all against Carnage Esports. They looked very shaky. They got picked apart, but now they've just made ESC look like trash. And I don't want to say that to offend anyone, but guys, we're going into game number 1 of our second best of 7 of the night. Who is out there? Let's go in game right now and get this going. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be Skillforge versus ESC. It's going to be Art versus Zaza to start things off. So, let's set up the score. You're going to have to excuse me. I'm feeling... My throat feels a little bit clogged up. I probably should have got a drink in the break, but... Anyways... Let's start things off by introducing our player in the lower right-hand corner from ESC Gaming. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very happy to announce we have our Green Protoss player, Zaza. The first time I'm going to be seeing this guy play, as far as I am aware. I don't believe I've seen him play beforehand. He's a new member to ESC Gaming, as far as our ESC ICY as far as I know. Look at this. These guys in the chat don't even know their own team. Come on. Pull yourself together. Come on, Jade. Who are you missing? Come on. Oh, I can't bear it. I'm gonna have to tell you, aren't I? Jacko helped you out first. Okay, so we've got a PvP on our hands, and the other player on the game right now is from Skillforge, and he is in the upper left-hand corner here, and he is Art. Already lost. Did Art lose a PvP? No. Yes. Yes, he must have, right? He lost the PvP against ICY when it was Blink. It was this map as well, and it was Blink Stalkers versus Blink Stalkers. So let's see if this is going to go maybe a little bit better for him this time around, and we'll see how both of these guys are looking to open. Both of these guys with the gateways and gases on the way already. No real surprises there at all. Let's go Skillforge, says Bazooka. He's chosen his team. I know there's a lot of you ESC guys around here in the chat, so come on, let's hear some cheers. Let's hear some, let's hear some hype. Let's get this game hyped. Hype! Thank you for the follow. You see, guys, such a friendly chat. Bazooka thanking everyone for their followers today. You know, if that's not a reason to follow, then I can't give you a better one. Much faster cybernetic score here for Art than for Zaza. Now, I didn't really notice much of a difference between their gateway timings. Zaza is only on 2 gases, while Art is on... they're both on 2 gases, but Zaza only has 4 workers in gas until just now. Whereas Art's had 3 workers in gas from the start, so maybe something very aggressive from him, as we actually have a pylon down here as well, so I guess that would be the most obvious thing to pick out, while mentioning that he was doing something aggressive, and it's going to be a proxy Stargate to get things going here in this PvP. So, going to be fast-paced from the get-go, as we have the Ursadak calf. Just, he's like, whoa, what is this? You don't see many of these around. Oh, he likes it. I bet he is just thinking, I bet it tastes good. And he's like, maybe not. I mean, it must be quite scary, right? I mean, his first intention's to eat it, but then he's like, maybe has second thoughts, like, but it's glowy. And he's like, well, but what is it? And oh, he's interested, man. He wants to know. He's like, what is this? He's gonna get a shock when the fucking Stargate comes out of nowhere, isn't he? It's just like, Stargate! He doesn't like it, he gets away. Oh, he's not too bothered by. Okay, I'm having too much fun pretending that this Ursa Darkov actually has a brain. So yeah, your knife. You lost to NB Wood vs ECV and lost to Vega 3-4. Well, yeah, I don't know. I think it's because you've got I don't know why you're ninth. I think it's just because you've got some matches outstanding more than anything. Zaza here does actually spot this proxy Stargate, but the Oracle is already on the way in towards the base, but Stalkers are positioned well. And Zaza's tech choice is a Twilight Council, so he's actually looking to just go into Blink after this. So this is going to work out quite nicely for him. Oracle gets turned away almost immediately. A lot of damage taken by that. A single worker kill. And yeah. So, wow, this Oracle actually down on 20 hit points, not so great. We have got Twilight Council on the left-hand side of the map for Art, and a Dark Shrine coming up as well. This is an ability actually used in the qualifiers for the SC2ITL, and it did take a map for his team. I can't remember who they were playing against, but yeah, this probe is going to move around for Zaza, as he is actually going to set up a proxy pylon, maybe think about getting aggressive with his blink. Right now, actually, this is really bad for Zaza, because he doesn't have any detection at all, so Dark Templar right now are actually looking to end this game. They're going to be looking to end this game very, very shortly at this point. So, yeah. Sorry, I'm getting too distracted by chat. I'm not going to lie. 3 gateways on the way here in total for Zaza. So he's up to 4 in total. But I mean, again, Dark Shrine's going to be coming in. Phone overcharge popped on the Oracle. That's going to go down. Doesn't really matter because guess what? DTs are about to warp in. Oh, where's the Dark Calf gone? Oh, he's over here. He's okay. He's still happy. He's not worried about the turmoil of the rest of the game. So yeah, we've got 3 Stalkers moving forward here. I mean, Zaza wants to get aggressive. The rest of his Stalkers coming across the map, but 2 Dark Templar are about to walk into his base and put a pretty big sad face onto him. I mean, the Rover Facility's about to finish up here, so maybe he can just get an Observer out. Blinks away right now with these Stalkers, and these DTs are about to come in. Was that another Robo? I could have sworn that was a Robo Facility. Am I going fucking crazy? Was it his Robo Facility? Am I an idiot? I actually don't know what I've just done. Robo Facility gets cancelled here, and I mean Zaza has a lot of army over here, but what can he do? Phone Overcharge is going to be back again in 3 seconds. Like, he's going to lose all of his workers. He is proxying a Robo in his opponent's natural. Okay, so we're going to have one of these crazy games where he actually will be able to get a Robo up. You know, Art right now, he should actually target down pylons to supply block his opponent to stop him from getting an Observer out. I would imagine would probably be the best choice there. These Stalkers need to get away. They need to keep away. The Phone Overcharge is going to buy a lot of time, and the DT is going to buy a lot of time too. This Robo Facility is coming in here very shortly. And Dark Templar swiping away at this Nexus. So Nexus will fall. And pylons will continue falling now as well. So Zaza coming close to the supply block here. But all his probes coming across, the DT can start working away at these. And another pylon will now fall. And the Robo Facility is going to start the Observer. There we have it. So Observer on the way. And that Observer is going to be very important here for the rest of the game. But is it going to be enough? I mean, Zaza's actually down in army supply. There's 2 Immortals out. He's just been delayed so long. I don't even know if it's going to work. Nice couple of force fields to start things off here. Is it going to be enough? He's going to have to blink micro his heart out. And the Immortals just wreck through anything anyway. So, well, GG. Well, that was a little bit of a disappointing game. Number 1, DT's just taking the victory for Art there. And Zaza dropping the first game and putting Skill Forge ahead. So a little bit of an unfortunate game, number 1. It worked out nicely for Art though in the end. And Skill Forge will, with a much needed boost right now, honestly. I mean, with really a much needed boost. I mean, after losing 4-1 to Carnage, they needed to get off to a good start here. That's exactly what they have done with Art taking down Zaza. So guys, we're going into a quick commercial break. You guys know the score. So yeah, we're going to be back in a few moments' time, and we'll begin going into game number 2 between ESC and Skill Forge. Thank you for tuning in. It's the SC2 Improve Dream League. You can tweet at us at SC2_improve, hashtag SC2ITL. Let us know who you're supporting, let us know what you're thinking, or just let us know in the Twitch chat and we'll do some shout-outs and stuff when we come back and start up game number 2. So guys, don't go too far. I don't know. What am I meant to say, guys? Help me out. What can we talk about? I don't really know. What we can talk about is that in the lower left-hand corner we have our pink Protoss player from ESC. He's called Sado Shrino in here, but realistically we should be calling him Jade. Just Jade here in the lower left hand corner of Nimbus to be the second player out for ESC after Zaza dropped that map number 1. In the lower right hand corner we have our orange Protoss player from Skillforge, ladies and gentlemen. It is Art. Okay, so let me very quickly just click pause on the stream so that I can not get FPS lag. Basically, my issue is that since I've started doing the recordings in a different way for YouTube and stuff, and for rebroadcasts, where I locally record every game now at the same time. So I stream out to the stream, and I stream out to a local recording every single time, every single game, and that actually kind of kills my FPS a little bit until I figure out what I need to upgrade to fix it. So yeah, a little bit of a shame. It's not that much of a difference. I just kind of close Skype and pause my stream, which isn't, you know, that important. And now I unpause the stream to see when we're meant to play ads, so we can make dirty caster money, etc., etc. So yeah, gas is on the way for both players here, and Gateway is on the way too at the beginning of this PvP. Did I introduce Art? He's from Skillforge in the lower right. He's the orange Protoss player, in case I didn't. If I did, then he had the wrong team card up, so that would have been a little bit of a mistake anyway. So Gateway is finishing up here for both players, and looking to get set to see what's going to happen here in this game. So Art checks the upper right hand corner. He's going to move away, and I mean, Jade has already actually checked the kind of upper left, the top right now. So he's going to spot his opponent last. I mean, so is Art. But at least, I guess Jade, at least he's a little bit ahead in terms of the scouting, so he's going to see his opponent a little bit sooner. Might actually get some information. I mean, Art's probe is still just not even in the top left base yet, so it's still going to be quite some time before he makes it down to that bottom left side of the map. Cybercore's about to finish her second Gateway for Art, so very interesting choice to play. Going to be looking to get a few Stalkers out here early on, most likely. Unless he wants to go for some fast sentries maybe, which is also a possibility if he wants to expand quickly on this high ground, which is definitely a possibility here on Nimbus because of the way that in basic expansion works with this very narrow choke point up into the main base. Gateway being now on for Jade as well, so he's actually going to do something similar here. He's actually got a Stargate already about halfway done though, so that's the first real tech from him. This probe's going to come into the main base. Is he going to spot anything here? Yes, he will. He's going to get all the way in. And oh, does he turn around just before the Stargate? He does, but he looks as though he's still going to make it behind the mineral line. And he does see that that is a Stargate. So Stargate confirmed. Scouted out here. And Jade, what will his decision be now? Just the Oracle? No, he's actually going to open with Phoenix. Okay, so opening with Phoenix here. Stalkers number 2 and 3 coming out of Art right now. So he's going to be looking to head into a pretty aggressive game, as he's actually heading on Charlie counts as well. So he's actually going to be heading into Blink in the near future. I would imagine with this heavy Stalker opening. Probe beginning to move out on the map a little bit. Hello Randall, how's it going? Thank you for tuning in, as always. You've been here quite a few times the last few days. So thank you very much. Palan's going to come in over here. It's some very dramatic music, isn't it? Ruined by the sound of a Protoss pylon building. Oh, Jade is going to walk straight into 3 Stalkers here. He's going to take a lot of damage on this first one, so that's not too good of a start for him. Phoenix were being hidden in his main base up until now, where he's actually going to bring them back. He was heading out on the map with them, but now he's come back. There's only 2 out, and he stopped producing that 2. He's been supply blocked for a little while, and that's actually wise. That's actually a huge supply block, because Art's, you know, getting aggressive right now. He's got extra gateways here, ready to go. 3 gateways. Robo on the way just in case as well. So, I mean, Jade should not have been supply blocked for that long, and this is going to be a tough hold for him. 3 Phoenix, I mean, they can add a lot but in terms of their lifts. And he can take essentially 3 Stalkers out of this fight, which would put the number advantage in his opponent's into Art's favour. Now, into Jade's favour now, though, there is Blink available. Actually, not quite yet on these Stalkers, so Blink's a little while away. Phoenix lift up once again. But these Stalkers are actually winning out here for Art. And Jade's taking some damage. He's going to have to kind of back off here. Have we not had Mothership cores out? only for Arts. I don't know where Jade's Mothership Core has gone. Has he lost it? No, he just never made one. It's an interesting choice, as now Phoenix are going to lift up another Stalker, but one of them's going to go down, so he loses a Phoenix here. There's still 4 Stalkers against 3. Blink's about to come in, and that Blink will make these Stalkers so much more efficient and so much more easy to kind of trade with. Couple more Stalkers warp in here, so Art just going to keep up this aggression. His Blink's finally about to finish, so you know, I mean, this is where it really does get real. Back at home, he's not really using his Robo or anything, just Chrono boosting out that Twilight, out the Blink. As the Phoenix comes forward here, and Blink is now finished. Doesn't reveal it just yet. Okay, now he does. He blinks onto the Phoenix, but a bit of a delayed reaction really gave the Phoenix a little bit of a head start there. A little bit of a head start, which was not really needed. Another Stalker warps in from this pylon. A probe heading into the upper left-hand corner, but then changing his mind very quickly. Trying to get up the ramp there, but then blinks away quite quickly as well. So, I mean, Art's not really finding a way to do much right now. Both players supply blocked, but we'll get out of that in a moment. Jade holding a slight supply advantage. These Phoenix been helping him out quite a bit so far, in all honesty, with picking up Stalkers and picking them off. Twilight Council will be invested in for Jade right now, so he's going to try and transition a little bit into that Twilight, into Blink of his own, maybe. Maybe he tries to play. I mean, it's a little bit late to try and be like, aha, DTs. I mean, the robot facility has been up for a long time, but we're actually going to see a trade here. Phoenix will be able to pick up retreating Stalkers, and that's pretty huge. One Phoenix targeted down, the other Phoenix being targeted down as well, as Blinks are coming in, but because he's been targeting down Phoenix, Jade's actually been able to pick up off a lot of these Stalkers, basically free damage, not losing any of his own Stalkers. Another lift, and another Stalker dies as these Stalkers continue to retreat, but Jade is going to keep coming across the map. Now, you've got to remember as well, Jade, he has had that pylon in position for quite some time over here, so he's actually going to be able to come straight over here, get into his opponent's space very quickly, and Art actually might be in a little bit of trouble. I thought Art was in a great position at the start of this game, but right now, he hasn't made an Immortal or anything like that, and before an Overcharge comes down, he blinks forward, he picks off another Phoenix, so he's going to hold on for a little while longer, but he's definitely not in the best of positions. He starts up a Dark Shrine and hope that his opponent doesn't have detection, and that is actually something which Jade is missing right now. He does not have an Observer. He does not, I mean, he has a Stargate, so he could make an Oracle, but again, that's going to take a long time to get out. So, Dark Shrine on the way. These pylons are still out on the map as well, so Dark Temple will be very quick to hit once they get over to this base. And, these Stalkers and Zealots just chilling just outside the Throne Overcharge range right now, as as Art's just desperately trying to keep warping in. I mean, he's got another Throne Overcharge available, and he will just pop this straight away. Jade doesn't seem to care though. He's just going to keep moving forward here, trying to get himself a pylon kill so that he can supply block his opponent just a little bit. There's a bit of a bad. Well, okay, the extra pylons are going to come up just before these DTs. Dark Shrine finishes and DTs are going to warp in. So. Yeah, Jade's still just kind of sitting here in his opponent's main base, and again, no detection back at home, so this Dark Templar warp in is going to be such a kick in the teeth for him. 2 Dark Templars warp in, and I mean, it's only going to take a couple of DTs at home as well for Art to probably be able to start turning this army around, and again, there's no detection here at all. And in a moment, I mean, let's watch what Jade does when he sees these DTs. He hears the DTs, and now he's like, I don't have detection. Immediately starts Chronobus and Oracle, comes forward with the rest of his army. He doesn't do too much else. He's going forward here, going to start fighting, and he's just going to trade against this as best he can. And he's losing all of his probes, though, and that's a really bad situation for him. But at the same time, he can probably kill off a lot of probes of his opponent, but DT's slowly working away here. What's important is that he gets the Oracle out. If he can get the Oracle out, then of course he's got detection to deal with this one DT that's back at home. Throne Overcharge is 10 seconds away. Very close to coming in. This Mothership Core is so important right now, as probes are coming across the map, but the Mothership Core goes down, so no Throne Overcharge. And, well, the Oracle is out, so the Oracle's made it out here. Stargate goes down, but again, I mean, the Oracle is around, so Oracle's available. That's going to be the one thing which Art needs to try and snipe. If he can snipe that, he wins this game slowly but surely with the Dark Templar. And that's what he's trying to do right now. And one Dark Templar is maybe going to go down, and Art can't really afford another right now. I don't think he's actually really prepared for the for this Oracle to be here. The Nexus does go down for Jade, so I mean it's a full-on base trade. A couple of Zealots warping as well. I mean, Art is buying as much time as he can. He's waiting until the last possible moment. He's got Blink, remember. So that may make this a very decent trade for him. This Oracle's still around. DT's actually coming home to try and help him out with this army, as Jade is going to start trading here This Oracle's still around in the sky. If he can get close enough to take that down, I mean, the Stalkers for Jade are starting to go down here very, very quickly. And the Stalkers are now going to start targeting down this Oracle. And it looks as though the Oracle may just go down. No, it's going to get away. No, it goes down. The last hit from one of the Stalkers here. And DTs have come back. And Jade has 4 Stalkers now. And he has to GG out. And Art takes it. Oh, what a game. What a game number 2 by Art. What a crazy game. I was not expecting that. Oh, I didn't think he was going to make it work. But he just, and I mean just, sniped that Oracle. And that was the difference. The Oracle stays alive. Another End Vision comes down. And, you know, you're not getting them DTs in there to waste any more time looking at some shitty book. You guys are probably like, what the flip are we watching? What are we even bothering to watch for? So yes, in the upper right hand corner we do have the purple Terran player from ESC Gaming. He is Goody in here in the upper right hand corner. Let's bring the ESC team card up here. So, Goody up here in the upper right hand corner for ESC. The third player out there, 0-2 down. I mean, I think we would all expect Goody to take a good couple of maps here. So, I think that's what we're going to be expecting. We'll see what happens. I mean, we could be in for some long games if Goody decides to go on a little bit of a killing streak here. So yeah, this is Goody in the upper right hand corner. In the lower right hand corner, we do have Skillforge Art. On 2 kills right now, so doing a decent job for his team, and we'll see how this goes. A single gas so far, and looks as though he's going to be looking to expand quite quickly here at the start of this game, and yeah. So again, just give me a quick moment, guys. Just need to pause my stream as I now see that Goody plays TVP. Goody plays like some sick TVP actually, like. It creates really weird games because obviously he's going to play mech, but it actually kind of works out for him. Like he's found a way to make the mech work, so it's okay, right? So it's quite it's quite fun to watch actually. You know, some of the games go longer, but they always seem to be quite quite entertaining, because we can quite often see it go to kind of full on sky armies sometimes. So. First Reaper is going to pick up on this probe immediately, so poor probe isn't going to get to scout anything other than a command center on the low ground. So very limited information at the start of this game for Art, but he does see, I mean, he sees a Reaper, so I mean, that's a pretty, a decent amount of information for him anyway. Did Goody really pull out of gas? What's he planning on doing if he pulled out of gas? I mean, generally Goody, when he opens like this, you add a factory and, he goes for whatever. I'm intrigued as to why he got pulled out of gas, so I guess we will see here. Very shortly, this Reaper gets turned away from the mineral line. So this Reaper is going to get away, and he's just going to escape, maybe pop up to this high ground once again. And I mean, he's thinking about. Well, he's not thinking about anything. He's just seeing the Nexus is there and stuff. So nothing too crazy so far. There is a factory on the way now for Goody. So, yeah, a bit weird, actually. I do find it a bit weird to have pulled out of gas to then go into a factory. Usually it's just not quite the way it goes, so, a little bit weird. Double gas up here now for Goody. And yeah, these SCVs continue to be produced. This factory halfway done. Second gas is going to allow him to go into, the core mech units nice and quickly here. So, not, again, nothing really too surprising to start things off. For Goody, so he's just gonna move around with this Reaper, and yeah, Mothership Core comes back. Not really too much to talk about right now. We're facility on the way. I guess we could talk a little bit about how good of a map Catalina is for mech. So I mean, straight away, I mean, one of the major issues with Catalina is going to be this area in the back of your main base. So there's kind of a very easy access point into your main base, but what Goody is very likely to do is when he takes the third command center, he won't take it here. He's going to take it right here. And by taking that command center here, this third base, he denies that access into the main base. So all of a sudden, he covers his main base with a line of tanks and access to his natural basically with the same line of tanks, because you can't get into the natural this way. So then the only way really into the main base is by this very narrow, this very limited air path. So warp prisms, etc., that's the only thing he really needs to worry about kind of being penetrated on 3 bases at least. So generally that would mean it's a pretty good map for mech, and apart from that, I mean, it's fairly okay as well. I mean, there's some choke points, so you can set up sieges, and you know, you can push quite nicely through the middle of the map as well. And it's not that far to push down towards your opponent either, and that's always going to be a pretty decent thing. We have a Warp Prism already on the way out here, so right from the get-go, Art is looking as though he's going to try and, you know, he's going to look as though he's going to try and just harass his way into victory. So, picks up a couple of zealots, and with this Warp Prism, he will actually start heading up to the upper side of the map. And of course, once he gets to that upper side of the map, he'll be starting to drop these off in the main base and whatnot, and we'll see what exactly he's going to be trying to get up to. A couple more zealots coming in here, and Goody's actually coming across the map with a couple of tanks and marines. Taking his gases now on his natural, so he's going to be looking at a third base very soon, as well as his extra factories. This Warp Prism is going to cause a little bit of an issue for him, because, well, he's going to have a tank, a couple of marines. I guess he'll be okay. But it will definitely cause a couple of issues. So right at the start of this game, Art may have found a good way in. Single Colossus is already out, as these tanks are going to begin siege. I mean, the real problem here is, I think Goody's actually not going to siege even, because he knows he's just going to get outranged by Floating Overcharge. Now these Zealots do drop off here in this mineral line, so 4 Zealots already picking away at Goody's SCVs. Goody pulls them SCVs away. He's got a Viking chasing that Warp Prism, and reinforcements coming in here. Tank and a couple of marines, even SCVs actually having to turn and fight. This Warp Prism has done a lot of damage right at the start of this game. Another tank pops out, and wow, 14 workers killed, and he's not done yet. He's going to go up to 15 now, and if he targeted down a lower hit point, SVO doesn't matter, he gets it anyway. 16 workers killed by Art, and this Warp Prism has been an absolute hero and lives on to tell the tale. So yeah, Art is going to move around and see what is up. Tanks going to start sieging on this natural. Third command center on the way here for Goody, so having lost the workers isn't the end of the world, but it looks as though Art is looking to try and hit a he's going to try and hit a time here with these first couple of Colossus, or Colossi, excuse me. First couple of Colossi, but I imagine, I mean, there's, you know, it's mostly Marines here, but I would imagine it's going to be very hard still to walk up into 5 or so tanks. The tanks are going to have to try and land their shots on the Colossi, target them down. Third Colossi coming in, so I mean, it's definitely possible, as Goody's spreading out very nicely. These 3 tanks are so clumped up, though, that's maybe a bit of an issue here. He does see this coming forward, so he's going to have to siege up another tank. And, well, nice force fields, actually, to begin with. But it's actually going to cause the Zealots to take some damage here. Marines coming forward, you know, the Marines, what they want to do is just tank as long as they can for these tanks to, you know, basically to help these tanks out. The Warp Prism will fall before the Warpins come in, and that's pretty huge here, as now 3 tanks remain. A Viking comes out and finishes off a, you know, this has actually been insanely close. A single Viking. Ah, no, there's 1 Stalker left. Goody is, maybe just not quite going to have enough here. He's killed one of the Colossi. The second Colossi, it was so close. Maybe if he pulled SCVs to repair, he could have done it. The Stalker actually goes down here, so he's actually lost now 2 Colossi to 1 Viking. This 1 Viking will now fall, though. So that Viking's been an absolute hero. He killed I think he got the kill on the Warp Prism, the Mothership Core, and 2 Colossi. Goody's going to try and repair 1 last tank here, and he's going to keep on trying to take it down. He is repairing it, he's keeping it alive. Hellions are trying to micro against these Zealots, but Art is keeping on moving in, and Goody's just going to type GG. Oh my god, Art! Where has this come from? He's just taken Skillforge 3-0 up against ESC. That is absolutely crazy. I was not expecting this at all, you know. It wasn't looking good for Goody. He lost some workers. I kind of feel as though if he was just a little bit more spread out, maybe if he didn't, I mean, it was a really close engagement, like, it was really close. Maybe if he was just a little bit more spread out, maybe that's all he would